Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm looking at the Marvel Legends 50 Years of Wolverine 2-pack, Patch and Joe Fixit by Hasbro. What Hasbro seems to be doing with this series is taking a few key moments from Wolverine's history to recreate on your shelf. So this is based off of one of my favorite books in Wolverine's second volume, issue 8, in which Patch and Joe Fixit, Wolverine and Hulk's alter egos, had a team up. It was a little bit funny and a little bit actiony and just, yeah, hell of a book. Strongly recommend finding it in trade, or if you can get your hands on the original, the cover's really nice, as you'll see. We'll take a look at the box first. Over here you have the names, 50 Years Wolverine on top. A little bit of legalese on the bottom. Flip it off to the side and you got a nice picture of Mr. Fixit. And then a nice picture of Wolverine. Flip it over on the back and you can see a nice recreation of the original cover by Phil Noto. And then over here, I'm not sure why they had to recreate the cover, but this is the original cover by John Buscema. Anyway, let's open this guy up and take a look. Okay, something I want to point out is that they did not use any plastic little plastic wires and stuff to hold these guys in place. It's all just the molded plastic, which is something I appreciate. I like that you can reuse the box, because when I don't have my guys on display, I usually have it stored in like a bin in my garage. So yeah, really nice to not have to try to cut around or have lines in the sculpt or anything from those little plastic bands. Thank you, Marvel Legends. Much appreciated. I also want to point out this really cool backing card they have here that lines the inside of the box, because you have little frames and stuff from the actual book itself, again with that nice John Buscema art, and yeah, just a rehash of that famous cover, which yeah, again, I'm a huge fan of this book in particular, because yeah, out of those original first issues, I think this was one of my favorites. Both of them are a couple of my favorite characters. So again, Marvel Legends, good job on that. Okay, out of package, and they look like two of the most pissed off waiters. They look dapper in their suits though, sporting it kind of like Rick from Casablanca. Yeah, they got a sort of mice and men thing going, and yeah, I dig it. Let's see. Hulk stands, sorry, Mr. Fixit stands at 8 inches, and Patch stands at just under 6 if you count the top of his hair. Patch comes with 2 alternate fists and an alternate head that's giving sort of a smirk. Fixit comes with an alternate grabby hand and a, looks like, trigger finger. Did not come with a gun, but I think most of him is reuse from the earlier Joe Fixit that Marvel Legends put out. Fixit also comes with an alternate angrier head. A lot of Mr. Fixit seems to be reuse from an earlier figure, and that figure in particular, I think, was a Build-A-Figure, because he comes apart fairly easily. Both the arms and the legs just seem to pop out of place, as well as the head, but that's normal for the Marvel Legends figures when they alternate heads. it can pop back into place, and it holds relatively well. His head is on a ball. It can look up that far, look down, little bit of tilt from side to side, and he can turn his head all the way around. His arms can go out to here. His elbows are on a swivel and a hinge, only single jointed. His wrist twists all the way around and hinges. There are alternate hands, so it can be removed. He can also do about that much for the splits. His leg is on a hinge and swivel as well. He also has thigh cut, and his ankles hinge and swivel. I think they're built to pivot, but they don't get much. In case you were wondering, the first appearance Hulk is on a larger sculpt. I had thought that maybe you could swap out the heads or something, but that does not seem to be the case. Hulk's ball peg seems to be a bit larger, so while you probably could make some minor modifications, yeah, that doesn't seem to be in the cards when you're just pulling it out of box. All in all, solid figure. It's hard to get a lot of articulation out of these large figures, mainly because they do carry a lot of weight, so you do have to ensure that their lower extremities can support that. That being said, he stands up pretty well. You can get him into a few different poses, but can't go crazy with it. So while Joe Fixit seems to be entirely reuse, this one had to be a brand new sculpt all the way around. At least as far as I could tell. I'm not sure if I've ever seen any of these parts on another figure before, so in that you're getting a good value. The torso, legs, feet, arms, even the sport coat all seem to be new. I thought that maybe the head was a retool of the earlier Logan, but as you can see, there's some slight differences in the hair, the face. There's a little bit more edge on the cheeks, a little differentiation in the eyebrows, so that is an entirely new sculpt as well. Even these claws, I don't know if they're entirely new. They might be from the new Wolverine from the 97 line, but they look to be at least a fairly new addition as well. They seem to be shaped differently than some earlier claws that I've seen. So yeah, all in all, you're getting a really good value in this, in that it is an entirely different sculpt altogether. So Patch has his head on a ball. It is a replaceable head. You can look up that far, look down that far. He has a really good amount of tilt on either side, gives it a lot of expression. You can, of course, turn it all the way around like most possessed people. His arms can raise up just about 90 degrees, and they can loop all the way around. His arm has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and wrists can twist all the way around, and hinges. He does have an ab crunch, which is hidden very well by the coat. He can do that much of a split, not quite the full Van Damme, but it is hindered a bit by the coat as well. He can kick up about this far, double jointed knees. He has a thigh swivel as well, and his ankles pivot really well, hinge, and twist around. So got good amount of movement on this guy. Here they are with Marvel's The Rose, who I'm thinking of customizing into a Deadpool. And head swaps can be done, but a little warning, the patch heads seem to be just slightly larger than the standard Wolverine heads, so it may look a little off, but if you don't mind, it is very passable. And here for a quick size comparison, we have Marvel Legends Warpath, the Love and Thunder Thor, and Bruce Banner that came with the first appearance Hulk. So there you have it, people. My look at Patch and Joe Fixit from the Marvel Legends Wolverine 50th Anniversary Collection. I hope this was helpful, and if it was, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see me do more. In the meantime, enjoy yourselves and have a nice day.